And welcome back. We still have, I think 3 more matches yet to go in this day session here from Fort Bluff Camp. Legacy and Fellowship right now. And an ace served up by Legacy's Rachel Musser. And they lead at 1-0. Serve here kind of tracked down, now sent to the far side. And put across there by Peck. And that will end up falling in a 2-0 lead for Legacy. We have this, and then we have the Rock taking on Legacy. And then we have a matchup of a couple of teams we haven't seen yet at 4:30. And we'll be back at 8:45 tonight for the last game of the night. Is that tapped down and a point off of the play there by Maddie Peck. And now Maddie will get set to serve. 2-1 the lead for Legacy. It's turned up front. Now the Lions will play it again. And Bergeron is in the net. They'll make the lead 3-1. Set back near side. Bergeron will put it across. Sent over by Lau. Back near side, and a miss hit there by Tran. Making now a 4-1 lead. And that is in along that back line. So the ace will make it 6-1 and a timeout to the Lions. So we will take one here briefly as well. Back with more from the NACA tournament in a moment.
Educating students.
Educating students.
To become servants of Christ. Servants of Christ.
Para llegar a ser servidores de Cristo.
To make a difference in today's world.
Faire une différence dans le monde d'aujourd'hui.
Einen Unterschied in der heutigen Welt zu machen.
Fazer uma diferença no mundo de hoje.
تعريبتي دنيا دايروزا.
Мы можем изменить сегодняшний мир.
(5-1) the lead here for Legacy as they will serve out of that timeout. Madison Hogbin. Let it fly. Now back to your side. That sent across, and Legacy will play it, and that's set back into the net. So 5-2 the lead for Legacy. Serve here now tracked down and bumped back over by Lau. So that finally hit into the net on the far side by Kimberly and make it a 5-3 game. Once again, continuing to serve for Fellowship is Cindy Tran. Good set in the middle. And a really nice hit there by Grace Bergeron, the 5'10 junior. Making now a 5-4 lead for Legacy. He's the best play of the match so far. And an ace I'll make it 5-5. Transfer played to the far side. Kimberly Lau puts it across. Back in the middle, Bergeron. And that will fall in. And another kill. Now 6-5 the lead for Fellowship. This track down and off the hands of Tran in the back row. So that will tie the set back up at 6. And that is out.
Just wide.
So Amelia Jenkins
Just
with that
past the
serve.
line.
Nice serve. Line drive serve. Out of the hand of Abby Hurley, one of the seniors on this fellowship team. Now an 8-6 lead.
Again, a very young legacy team. A lot of freshmen on Legacy's team.
So now 9-6. You know, it's actually pretty nice outside today. It's sunny. It's a little cool probably for what it's been here weather-wise, but I'm telling you what, leaving Chicago the other day, I was happy to get down this way. It was raining and about 43 degrees when I left there, so I'll take sunny and upper 50s, low 60s any day of the week.
Yeah, this is cold as it's been so far this year. For the fall, since it started cooling off a bit. Really hot summer here in Tennessee.
That serve goes into the net. And really for us, too, it's been above average for temperature. It's odd. When I'm at home, we broadcast football every Friday night. And typically about halfway through the year, it cools off. The last couple of games are just starting to get cold and whatever. The last game of the year, regular season-wise, Week 9, which was last Friday, I was in a T-shirt just doing what we had to do. It was in the upper
strange.
60s, and it was crazy.
Yeah, same here. It's kind of strange.
Usually for us, it's like in the 30s at night or whatever, about then, maybe the 40s. 12-7 is a lead here for Fellowship. Of course, this week it is cooling off at home. It'll be mostly 50s this week, which is about where it should be. A little bit below normal, but pretty close. More so than 80. And that will eventually fall in a 13-7 lead.
We got a timeout.
So we have another timeout. 13-7 is the lead for Fellowship. Take a break. Be back with more of this in just a moment. Huh. So 14-7. Here's another serve by Bergeron after that timeout. They play back, and the Lions play it middle of the floor. And that kill eventually falls in off the hand of Matty Peck. And it's 15-7. Serve here by Bergeron is another ace. That will make it 16-7. So Bergeron again with another serve. This will be played now to the far side. We have an illegal hit, actually a double hit, if you will, off of that set by Alyssa Wilmer, and it's 17-7. Next middle floor, Peck sets it across. That will eventually fall in and making it 18-7. Well, for Legacy, once again, this is about getting experience and growing a little bit, trying to figure some things out while you're here. And right now, last couple of matches haven't been all that close, but the thing for Legacy is you don't really have to worry about that, especially with these pool play games. Just try to learn some things and communicate with each other, see if you can get better in a few areas, and then it's going to be reseeded anyway, and you'll end up in the division you're supposed to be in, and then you worry about winning then. But right now, especially with a team this young, you got to just keep working, keep talking, and see what you can pick up over the next couple of matches here in pool play. Set back to the middle. Peck sets it across and down. And it's 21-7. A serve here by Bergeron. Another nice one. Sent back across. And into the net is Maddie Peck. So it's now 21-7. We got a double hit on the near side, making it 21-9. We have a little issue over there at the scorer's table.
If you're tuning in from Indiana, Coach Kelly sends her best to you and the entire team. They have, and this tournament goes well beyond what happens here on the court. It's the entire experience. They'll have powerful Christian motivational speaker every night. Wonderful fellowship with other Christian athletes and competitors from around the country. And not only that, they're on beautiful Dayton Mountain up on Fort Bluff Camp. It's the place you can really unplug And, it's called Fort Bluff Camp for a reason. They can walk off. No, not walk off.
Well, yeah. You can walk off. You could walk off the mountain, too.
Walk out to the edge. There is a bluff, and it's a beautiful view. And, it's a really a highlight to coming up here to be able to just have their serenity.
It is an unbelievable view if you've ever been here and you've taken the walk out there. I try to do that at least once at a shot. So 21-10 is the lead now. Make it 21-11 as Legacy on a little bit of a run. And Lions are in the net. It's again Legacy making a little bit of a run here. Still a ways to go. 21-12. And Peck playing up front to the middle. Now Maddie will send it back over again. Now 22-12. So Kate Wydell serves it up with Lions leading 22-12. And that goes out of bounds, so 22-13. And this return into the net as well, so it's 22-14. That eventually set into the net. So it's 22-15. And that will eventually fall in, making it 23-15. And now we got a timeout to the Lions. 23-17. We'll take a break. Back with more in a moment. Is the lead for the Lions here out of this timeout. Sent back to the near side, make it 23-18.
So it's Legacy on a huge run.
I mean, a massive run at that. I mean, this was like a 12-point lead just a minute or two ago. And that's hit out of bounds off the hands of Cassidy Henry. That'll make it 24-18, and here is set point. And the serve by Maddie Peck is an ace, and that'll do it for set one. 25-18 is the win for Fellowship Christian. We'll take a break, come back with set two in a moment. You're watching the NACA. All right, back here for set number 2 as Fellowship took set number 1. In the middle, now Legacy will try to play it back over, and good play out of the net by Hurley, and it leads to a point off the hit of Grace Bergeron, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Lions. So the serve now tracked down out front and bumped across. Set to the outside, that hit out of bounds. And we are tied up at 1. Again, this is not a best of 3 type situation. These are just 2 individual sets to 25. So this is not win best out of 3. It's just simply pool play, which means you're playing 2 games or 2 sets at a time. And at the end of today, you're going to tally up your record in your particular group. Then they are going to rank that group. Every single group has 4 teams in it. There's a bunch of them. And they're going to take that total, and whoever wins the most is in first place all the way down to 4th. And based on group, the team that comes in first goes to Division 1, 2, Division 2, and so on. And that's how they determine what brackets you end up in. So just because you lose maybe once or twice or maybe all 3 in that first day doesn't really mean anything, because you could be Division 4 and have a chance to win a championship by going there. It's not really about winning matches today so much as it is about getting you in the right spot to compete over the next couple of days. So you can't really think about today in terms of wins or losses, even though you want to win every game. It's more so that you're going to be in the place you're supposed to be in, is really what it comes down to. That's ricochets off the ceiling. So we're tied at 3. Serve here by Madison Hogbin. And that hits the antenna on the near side. Now a 4-3 lead for the Lions. Serve here is an ace. Boy, that's a nice serve. Pretty looking serve from Madison Henderson. Or excuse me, from Abby Hurley. I'm getting my rosters mixed up here. And Abby will serve once again. And now sent back into the net. So lead extends now to 6-3 in favor of Fellowship. Up next, we will have Legacy and The Rock. Our last look at The Rock for today. And there's another ace, making now 7-3. And then after that game, we'll go to a completely different section, and we'll see Grace out of Florida versus Reynolds Mountain. I think the game is the last game of the day section today. And it's another ace. Now an 8-3 lead. And another ace.
Another good-looking serve.
Yeah, I mean, Hurley's got a nice serve and knows how to place it too. And another ace makes it 10-3. That's a nice receive there. Now near side and a kill. Actually, it's a good play in a couple of respects from Kimberly Lau, the freshman, and played that nicely and then hit it as well.
We've said it before, but I think it's worth saying again. This Legacy team is going to have so much experience next year, the year after that, when these girls are juniors. This freshman crew is juniors and seniors.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freshmen on this team at least. And I don't know what Sarah Lowell is, but I don't think she doesn't look like a junior or senior either, even because she's not in our book officially. But when you have 5 or 6 freshmen and they're all playing on a regular basis, that is a huge thing going forward, because that means if you can keep that group together and they can get 3 or 4 years of experience together, by the time they're juniors and seniors, you will see a lot of progress. And matter of fact, between this year and next year, you should see a huge difference. 10-7 the lead now for Fellowship. And that's sent across and down, an 11-7 lead for the Lions, as Bergeron will go back to serve. And that's served into the net. So 11-8. Now Hurley will pump it across instead of deep. Set in the middle, and Peck will just put it over. And that goes across and down. So now 12-8, the lead for the Lions. As Cassidy Henry checks in for Legacy. She is a junior. Serve here by Kate Wydell. End up falling in, making it 12-9. Serve here now played, a little bit of miscommunication there, as Peck was, I think, somewhere she wasn't supposed to be, or got caught there anyway. I think at 12-10. And we have a timeout here. 12-10 is the lead for Fellowship. We'll take a break, come back with more of set number 2 in just a moment. The lead for Fellowship out of this timeout. Peck will try to put it back deep, and that will end up falling in, making it 13-10. Michaela Thomas with the serve. That is an ace, now 14-10. And really for Legacy, this has been consistently their biggest issue or problem has been serve receive. The rest of the game for Legacy hasn't been too bad, but serve receive has definitely been the issue as that goes into the net. Now 14-11. Now set back in the middle, put across by Peck. Come back near side and sent over by Jenkins. Back in the middle, bumped across there by Musser, and that will end up falling in 14-12.
You know, to have 5 freshmen on the roster, I mean, I'll give them this. They've got some battle. They've got some battle in them.
Yeah, they do, and you can see flashes at times.
Yeah, you can.
From them.
Absolutely.
As that falls in, and now 15-12. And this serve played now back out front. Bumped over there by Hogben. And this bumped into the net, and it's 15-13. As that serve into the net, making it now 16-13. Back to serve for Fellowship is Cindy Tran, a senior. And that goes into the net. So
you know, I can really,
14.
I can really see out of the 4 teams that we've seen today, I can see those divisions playing out. Division 1, 2, 3, and
I think you're right.
4.
I think it's made itself relatively clear.
Yeah. Doesn't always do that.
Which this particular group has, though. And almost without doubt where it needs to be. So that's kind of that's interesting. 17-14 the lead for Fellowship. Played back up front, now put across. And returned over is Legacy to play it. Sent over there by Musser. Middle of the floor, Bergeron, and that kill will go inside the back corner. So now 18-14. Return back up into the net, so the ace will make it 19-14. As Abby Hurley back there serving again. She had a pretty decent run of serves a little while ago. And that's an ace. Now 20-14. And that serve goes into the net. So now 20-15. Serve played back up front. This tipped across. Now played back out front to Thomas, and Peck sends it across deep. And good spot again by Bergeron inside that back line. 21-15. So Grace Bergeron will check out. And Nadia Raloba
Is that a libero coming in?
will serve. For who? Just then? No.
Yeah.
Nope, just a regular serve.
Did I say that right?
Well, some people say libero. I've always said libero. So even if it's right to say libero, I still prefer libero. That's in along that far sideline, making it 22-16. But no, you'll always know libero because they'll wear a different jersey than everybody else. So it'll be different color. Usually the way that works is they pick the off color of whatever your jersey is. So if they're wearing black and red, you wear a red libero jersey typically, red or white. So 22-16. Set back up and hit into the net, making it 22-17. Set back far side. Good play by Maddie Peck. He finds a middle spot and puts it down. 23-17. Grace Bergeron will check back in for Raloba.
So if your family members back home, you're tuning in maybe to see some of these freshmen play for Legacy. Come up in the coming years. Come up to the camp.
Yeah.
Come join them and just enjoy this experience with them. It's a beautiful place to bring the family. There's a lot of things to do here, but nothing better than enjoying some good sports.
Well, and Dayton's got, we've talked about this in the past, has plenty of good restaurants, places to eat. You're not real far from Chattanooga either.
Yeah, certainly. We're just north of Chattanooga.
There's a lot of stuff there to do. 24-17, it is set point here. And as that sent across on the far side by Ivy Curley, and that will do it for the second set, 25-17, as Fellowship wins set number 2.
And if you're tuning in for Legacy, stay tuned.
Because Legacy is going to have the pleasure of facing the Rock next.
One of the top teams in the nation. I'm not sure their ranking, but they're a beast.
Yeah,
let's face it.
We'll see how that goes. We'll do that in just a few minutes. I think we got about 15 minutes in between games here. We have Legacy and the Rock, and then we have another matchup after that. And then we have our break until the 8:45 game tonight. So let's take a break. We'll come back with Legacy and the Rock in just a few minutes. You're watching the NACA National Championship Tournament.